Oh yeah. Come to Big Daddy. Come on, come to Big Daddy. Folks, can I make it to 1 year without drinking? I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm gonna talk about in this video. Can I make it? Can I make it? Oh no! Oh no! Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well wherever you're at on this beautiful planet we call the Earth. Sitting here chilling in the pool, and I've got this DJI Pocket 3 floating on like a little oven pan. It's only got like the sides are like that high, so if I make any waves, this whole thing's going to the bottom of Davy Jones' locker. Nothing I can do about it. But I said, you know what? I want to chill in the pool, talk to y'all fine folks out there while I'm doing so. And this is the solution I came up with. Just put your camera on a tripod, put it in a cake pan. So, coming up on 1 year since I quit drinking. I'll lose $600 if this thing topples over. Be a stupid ass move. Anyhow, coming up on 1 year of being off the booze, and I just wanted to talk about a few things. I know some of y'all out there, y'all sent me messages. You're struggling to get off the booze or whatever substance that you find yourself needing on a daily or a frequent basis. So I figured I'd talk about it. So if you're interested in talking about the effects of quitting drinking, welcome to my show. Okay, where do I begin? I mean, I've been a beer drinker for a long time. Never got into dope or pills or any shit like that. I've always just been a drinker. Beer, whiskey, margaritas, anything in between. And what I've done over the years is go on what I call a check ride. You know, I'll have a wild night, wild weekend of partying or what have you. And, you know, wake up the next day like it's an episode of The Hangover. I'll go on what's called a check ride. I'll just sit there, quit cold turkey for a month, 2 months, 6 months, what have you, to make sure I'm in control and not the booze. I recommend you do the same. If you've got no interest in quitting permanently, that's fine, but every now and then, just go on a check ride, make sure you're in control, let your body dry out, see how you feel. Because it's hard to really get a grip on the true state of your health when you're constantly fucked up. I mean, think about that. I mean, as long as you're drinking or doing whatever you're doing, hey, you probably feel fine. You know, wake up the next day, you got a hangover, pop the top on a beer, you're fine again. And never really realize that maybe there's some serious health problems creeping up on you. So anyhow, check rides. I've always done it. Luckily, by the grace of God, I'm not an alcoholic. It's not an addiction. It's only, it's not a physical addiction. I can say it's not an addiction. It's just that I love to party. I'm not going to apologize for that. I love to party. I love to chase women. Women are like, that's like the end result. You know, you do all this partying and this drinking and dancing and singing, whatever. So what? So at the end of the night, you got some chicks laid up in the bed with you. I did a video right after I quit. You can check that out. I'll put the link down in the description for you. I think I just listed a bunch of things, you know, benefits to not drinking. So that was like my list of what I perceived, what my experiences were in the past, and I guess maybe some of my expectations. So if you check that out, that'll answer a lot of questions. But I guess on this show, sitting here in the pool, what I want to talk about is just 3 or 4 things, the side effects which are very positive, the positive side effects over the past year that I've experienced, and especially the past few months. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Number one has to do with weight gain, weight loss. Okay, weight gain, it happens when you drink a case of beer every day. Now I'm 5'5" on a good day, and when you stack the weight on me, it don't take a whole lot of weight to make me into a fat guy. And I've never been a fat guy up until 08, 2009, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there when I got fat and had to lose some weight. Fast forward to the lockdown, what happened? Started drinking, not exercising, got fat again. It has to do with drinking a case of beer every day. Your body's not designed to handle that. It just starts packing on the fat, packing on the beer weight. I mean, that's what happened to me. Is that too high? I think we're okay. There we go. So, the first positive benefit, I don't know how many pounds I've lost because I haven't gotten on a scale lately. But I can tell you this. Number one, I look a whole lot better. I'm like a lean, mean fight machine. I'm slim and trim. Where before, I was a big, fat, sloppy, looked like I had a basketball sitting on my shoulders. Just looked like a fucking wet bag of donuts everywhere I walked. Just sweating everywhere. And here's a little tidbit I've learned. Only fat people sweat. Okay? When I'm overweight, those times I sweat everywhere I go. And then when I lose weight, I barely sweat. I'm here in the Thailand sun right now. Now, obviously I'm in a pool, but the point is, carrying around the equivalent of a case of beer in water weight, it sucks. It sucks. I look like shit. Okay, just everything about it sucks. Quit drinking. Look what happened. Look at my face now. I mean, I'm not saying I'm 100% where I need to be. I'm not where I was back when I was going to Muay Thai every day. But it don't look like I got a basketball on my fucking head. Okay, I actually have a neck. You can see my neck a little bit now. A lot better. I would show you my abs. I don't want all you ladies out there to get too hot and bothered. Not saying I got a huge six-pack, but you know what? My stomach is pretty flat now, where it used to be pretty damn round. So just by stopping drinking a case of beer every day, you're gonna lose weight. If you do nothing else, take those calories and those carbs out of your diet, you're gonna lose weight. At least that's what's happened to me. One crazy thing is, I always thought that fat floats, muscles sink. Well, I got in this swimming pool and it's like I'm light as a feather. I can float any which way. I can swim with one hand. I can swim with two hands behind my back. It's like gravity doesn't have the same effect on me when I'm in this pool. I'm so much more buoyant, or it's just that it takes less effort to move this body from point A to point B in the damn swimming pool. I mean, I'm so nimble, I'm so agile, I could probably beat Mark Spitz in a damn swim meet right now. Or what's the new guy's name? Phelps or some shit like that. I don't know. Shit, I used to have some goggles or a mask when I was a kid that said Mark Spitz on it. That's the only reason I know that one guy. Anyhow, it's just weird. You get in the swimming pool and you're like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? Okay, well, it's like I took a case of beer off my back. That's what it's like. I was wearing a backpack with a case of beer. Now I'm not wearing it no more. And I was telling my buddy, I was like, man, I got in the pool. So it was strange. It was like one end to the other and float. It was like, light as a feather, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I mean, I'm talking, anyhow. So along with the weight loss goes, let's see, where do I start? Women. Now, it's funny because the partying and that lifestyle, leads to women, right? But in the same sense, it leads to women of, not always, but it leads to a lot of women of disreputable character, okay, in the party lifestyle. So you're in that lifestyle, staying messed up on pills or booze or dope or whatever you're doing. Well, guess who you're sleeping with? You're not sleeping with the bank manager. You're sleeping with disreputable ladies of the night, which leads into another factor I'll talk about is, catching the clap all the time. That lifestyle leads to catching the clap. So the first thing is the attraction that ladies have. Okay, when I'm overweight, drunk, loud, obnoxious, my breath smells like the inside of a liquor bottle. It smells like somebody did a drive-by on a liquor store and shot the place up with 3 Uzis and an AK. That's what your breath smells like when you're drunk all the time. So what women are attracted to a fat guy, sweating, drunk as hell, loud, obnoxious, fucking bad breath, smell like a liquor cabinet. What woman or what type of women are attracted to that guy? It's the bar girls, okay? It's the bar girls, those types of women who, they're not really attracted to you, the person, or your body, or your personality. They just want the money out of your wallet, and they tolerate all that shit, right? Especially as the older we get, it becomes about the money. I'm tracking on that, okay? You can always get women if you have enough money. Doesn't mean they like you or they're physically attracted to you. Okay, well, let's change it up. What's been happening, and it happens more and more often now that I've lost some weight. Whereas before, I just described myself. Now, everywhere I go, I'm slim and trim, stone cold sober. I'm quiet. I'm more refined, more of a gentleman, more patient. Don't got a big ass belly. Don't got a big old pumpkin head. Now what do you think's happening? Now I'm starting to get some looks and some play and some flirt and everything else like I used to from normal chicks. Chicks at the bank, chicks at 7-Eleven, chicks at the doctor's office, chicks wherever. Normal chicks. Okay? Not chicks hanging out on Walking Street or the Coconut Bar or Soy Six or what do they call it in Angeles City now? Walking Street over there. I'm not talking about getting attention from those ladies. Because whether you're getting natural attention or not, you pull out 1,000 baht or 1,000 pesos and you're going to get attention. That don't work with the normal chicks of the world. They have to have some type of attraction to you. And so lately, I'm back to getting that attraction just naturally. Just walking into some place, smiling, saying hello. Next thing you know, you're chatting for a while. One other factor that I thought initially, my buddy gave me a watch. Shout out to you, man. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for that watch. Again, folks, you want to get somebody a good gift where they think about you multiple times every day, get them a watch, a nice watch. My buddy gave me a nice watch. It's made by Wise Watch Company here in Bangkok. It's called a Hitman. Beautiful watch. At first, I thought the play was coming because I'm wearing this watch and all the chicks think that it's a Rolex. Everybody thinks it's a Rolex. Beautiful watch. It's not. Just as beautiful as a Rolex, but I guess they don't know the difference. But I thought, man, I'm starting to get more play because I'm wearing this watch. Well, the watch does help. I give you a little hint, my male friends. Get you a nice watch. It doesn't have to be a Rolex, just a nice looking watch. I guess women perceive it that you're cognizant of time, you got somewhere to be, it's a good looking jewelry piece, I don't know. So the watch is definitely a positive thing, but that's not why ladies are talking to me. Okay, they're not talking to me because I have an expensive watch. They're talking to me because of the whole package. When they did not want to talk to me when I was a fat drunk. Okay, it's pretty much common sense. Now, if you're sitting there with a big old beer gut right now, saying, I can never get slimmed down, you don't know that. Trust me, your body's used to drinking a 6-pack or a 12-pack or a case of beer every day, and you eliminate that much calories, sugar, carbs, just naturally. You don't know what you're going to look like, but you're going to look a lot better than you do now. I mean, it's not rocket science. So, getting a lot more play from, I hope the old lady's not watching this video, but she never watches my videos unless I specifically ask her to like proof them, you know? So she's probably not watching this. Anyhow, so I'll roll the dice on that. The positive effect to health-wise, and when you're partying and you're drinking, you're going with disreputable chicks. You're living the rock star lifestyle. But what goes along with that rock star lifestyle that people don't talk about. You know, you watch the movie Dirt with Motley Crue. They're partying like rock stars because they are rock stars. Nobody tells you about STDs and catching the clap. Okay, how many times have I caught the clap? I can't tell you. I probably got the Guinness Book of World Records between my bad luck in drinking and partying. If you drink and party with disreputable women or bar girls or whatever you want to call them, you're going to catch the clap. It's just Russian roulette. It's a bacterial infection. You're not going to die, but can you catch other things? Obviously. Much more serious, but the probability is you're going to catch the clap. What does that mean? It means you got to eat a Z-Pack, Zithromax, and you got to eat 10 days of Doxies. That's the downside. I used to not go anywhere without 100 Doxies and 3 Z-Packs. That's the lifestyle. You got to be armed with that type of equipment. That's your emergency equipment. That's your reserve chute. Every player's got to roll with that. And if you've never caught the clap, you just haven't slept with enough women. It's just the way it is. So I don't worry about that no more. And the downside to living that, number one, you're killing your body with all those antibiotics. My gosh, how many years of my life have I probably taken off because of eating Zithromax and doxycycline tablets like they were Skittles. And let me tell you something. This is what you're robbing yourself of when you catch that shit. Well, they say 10 days. And technically it don't take that long, but if you're safe and smart, you wait 10 days before you sleep with anybody else. So you just took 10 days out of your life where you can't be with a woman. Then when you take that, you start out with the Z-Pack, and I call that the nuclear option because it kills all the bacteria, even the good bacteria. So when you hit that Z-Pack, you can't leave the toilet for 2 days. You might as well buy a good book, okay? Because you're not going to leave that shitter for 2 days. You can read 1, maybe 2 books. And then every day you got to take a Doxy. It makes your stomach feel horrible. Absolutely horrible. You got to time it with your food. Some people throw up. If you don't time it right, it just makes you feel like shit for a couple hours a day. Some people say it affects their dreams. Like over in Afghanistan, everybody was taking that for an anti-malarial. Some people just quit taking it because they said they were having these dreams like they were on acid. Anyhow, it makes you feel like crap. At least it does for me. Not to mention, every time I caught it, I'm taking 10 days out of my lifestyle. I don't worry about that no more because I'm in control. I know who I'm sleeping with. Not better, because when you're drunk you have zero judgment. You just do what you're going to do. You party, and whoever you're with, I mean, it's crazy, right? But when you're not drinking, Now you have judgment. You can use deductive reasoning. How long have I known this girl? Where did I meet this girl? Okay, if I met her in a bank and I've known her for 3 weeks, she's pretty safe. If I met her walking down the street underneath a coconut tree, and she said, "Hey, 1,000 baht, I'll go with you." Well, okay, so you can use that deductive reasoning, where if you're drunk or high, deductive reasoning doesn't come into play. So that's another huge advantage. Just sort of taking control, and not putting yourself in those bad situations of shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, so what did I talk about? The effects of weight loss, not having to eat Zithro and Doxy like they're Skittles. Look, say you catch the clap 3 times a year, which is very easy to do. That's 1 month out of the year that you can't make love to a woman. Think about that. I did. I do. All those things have factored into my decision-making process about drinking. Money. My God, the money that you spend when you're drinking and partying. It costs a lot of money. Most of the time you wake up, you have no idea where it went. You're constantly going to the ATM machine, just wasting your money. I don't want to say waste, because if that's how you want to spend your money, partying every day, you got the money, do what you want. Life is short and then we die. But now, infrequent trips to the ATM machine, money just, it doesn't come in my wallet and leave my wallet in the same day like it used to. Well, if I give the money to the old lady, but that's a different story. You know what I'm talking about. If you roll out for a night on the town with 10,000 baht or 10,000 pesos in your pocket and you wake up the next day with nothing, that's what I'm talking about. That's what happens when you're partying on Walking Street. Alright? Typically what happens. Then you go check your ATM card and find out that you pulled another 30,000 out. Have no idea what happened. All those things are factors. They're just positives that I don't have to deal with anymore. Plus I'm so much more agile, nimble, alert. Before, if a burglar broke in the house at 4 a.m., I'm so sloppy drunk, how much damage am I going to be able to inflict on the guy? I'm combat ineffective because I'm fucking drunk. It's just the way it was. I'm not saying I'm scared or I was scared. I wouldn't take action. But it's not too hard to beat a drunk when you're in the ring. Whether it's fist on fist, Muay Thai, boxing. If you want to win a fight, just go fight a drunk guy. It's pretty easy to win. He's got no strategy, no stamina. He's seeing double or triple. Well, the same situation nowadays. Now I'm combat effective. I can wake up like that. Somebody walks into my room, I'm gonna hear that noise, I'm up ready to do fucking battle. And if you're jacked up on some type of substance, you're not. And you can translate that to the children, I've always tried to chip in and do my part. But if I've been drinking, barbecuing, whatever, and I go to bed, I'm pretty much out of the game till the next day. Now if the babies get up or somebody needs a drink of water or something like that, I'm on it. The old lady's the one sleeping now. When she goes to sleep, she don't wake up till in the morning. She don't have to, because old single dads on the job. If they need something, I'm up making sure they got cover. Somebody needs something to drink, no problem. Where before I was just she had to take up the slack. Let's see, what else? I guess to summarize it, It's a men's health issue. It's a money issue. Those are the two biggest things. Everything else is, like paint on the wall. I mean, it's lipstick. It's not structural. But the men's health and the money, that's two huge reasons right there. So if you're in that situation, you're in that predicament, I guess what you should do is go back and just watch one of my videos from a year ago and just look at me and see how fat I am, just how much of a slob I look like, and then just compare it now. I mean, I'm not back to my Muay Thai self, but hey, you can see my jawline. You can see that I got a neck. I'm sitting here balancing a camera on a floating cake pan. If I was drunk, I don't think I could pull this off. I think this camera would be at the bottom of this pool. But when your mind is sharp, you can think of stuff like this, and you can pull stuff like this off. Put this video together. So that's all the random thoughts I have. I had a lot more I was thinking about. I'm just sitting here in this pool working on my tan. My gosh, it's just a beautiful day here in Thailand. Just hot, warm, sunny days with this cool breeze coming through. You can't beat it. Just can't beat the weather here. I know it's cold or cool some places over in the States. I tried my hand at Montana, found out real quick that I can't go back to cold weather. It just puts too much of a hurt on me. I gotta stay right here in the tropics. Somebody said all my clothes, I'm wearing black shirts, black hoodie. Why are you wearing black in the tropics? And I thought about it and I said, you know what, you got a good point. I'm sitting here dressing like I'm moving to the Rocky Mountains. And I realize now that ain't gonna happen. I got to get back into my Jimmy Buffett attire. Anyhow, folks, if you're struggling with some type of alcohol / drinking problem, what I've learned in dealing with myself and dealing with people from the medical side, I used to be a paramedic, and from the law enforcement side, I used to be a cop, narcotics agent, among other things. I spent a lot of time around rehab, people going through rehab, drug users, drug dealers. Don't hold that against me, what I used to do in my previous life. But what I've discovered is that no matter how much rehab or medical intervention, that person is not going to stop drinking or smoking crack or smoking meth or doing one until they decide to quit. That's it. It comes from within. It comes from within, right here, your heart, however you want to look at it, the individual person. That's where it comes from. People could have talked to me till they were blue in the face, and they have. No effect, zero effect. But when I decided I'm done, 100% effect. That's how it works. So if you're struggling, you can listen to my voice. I can help encourage you. But really, all I'm doing is invoking thought. And that's all I ever claim to do here is invoke thought. Never claim to have the answers. But if I have invoked thought in you, I win. So that's all I'm in the game for. Now it's up to you to decide what to do. But if you want to quit, you can quit right now. Are you going to have a couple of rough days? Obviously, physically you are. But if your mind has decided to quit, that's it. You'll ride it out. I'll have to tell the whole story, but I basically, rode out the day after I decided to quit, or the day of. I have to think about it. I just checked myself into the Hilton for a night and did nothing but drink water. Drank every bottle of water I could get my hands on. There was a bottle of wine in there, a complimentary bottle of wine. Didn't even touch it. Didn't even take it with me. I left it there. and I'm a redneck. I'm not prepared to turn down free beer, especially a free bottle of wine from the Hilton. I did. I just looked at it and laughed. I drank all their damn bottled water, then some, left the booze. Because it's all here and here. You listen to my voice. Don't need $100,000 rehab. There's no miracle drug. How many people have left rehab and went straight back to their drug dealer or straight to the liquor store? Okay? And again, do I consider myself lucky? Yeah, because I've never had that addiction or whatever you want to call it. The booze has never had that much control over me. But in the same sense, I'm still going to maintain the only way you're going to quit is when you decide to quit. That's it. And if you can't do that, it's because you're not ready. That's what I believe. I'm not saying don't go get some help. Don't go to a meeting. I'm not saying that. But you can go to a million meetings and walk out of that 1 millionth meeting and fucking decide to go back to drinking. But if you've decided I'm done with it, you can go to 1 meeting, 1 million, or 0 meetings, and it doesn't fucking affect you. I want to show you something right there. You see these 3 beers? Those beers have been in there for over a year. Beautiful cans. I love that beer right there. Don't get me wrong. How many of those have I drank? Ain't no telling. It's be a Sing or Sing Ha. But nowadays, I still drink Sing Ha. Okay? But I drink the water. Sing Ha makes bottled water. It's absolutely delicious. So, if it comes down to it, and you quit, even cold beers sitting in your refrigerator have no effect on you. And that's why I leave them there. I leave them there because they're perfectly good beers. Maybe somebody comes over and wants a beer. Maybe I'll just leave them there indefinitely. Every time I come to get a water or a Coke, I see them 3 beers, 0 effect. I'm not going to drink them because I don't want to drink. No amount of peer pressure is going to tell me to drink them or not drink them. I'll make the decisions around here. Okay, now look. I'm not telling you to leave beers in your ref, okay? For some of y'all, that is too much temptation, and it's better to get all the liquor out of the house so you're not tempted. You know, there's this thing in addiction called triggers, right? You can drive down a street where you used to party, whatever, and next thing you know, you're cutting a ride up in there. It's a trigger. So probably for most of you, it's much better if you take all the liquor out of your house. It's just like the food. Take all the food out of your house that you're tempted to eat, and then it helps you out. But I can just tell you my experience and what I do. You don't have to do as I do. I'm just telling you. I love that I can leave those 3 beers in there. I open up the door. Like I said, beautiful cans, artwork. Just wonderful beer. But it doesn't, it's almost the exact opposite effect. Because even though I love that beer and I love that taste and I love those cans, so many memories getting drunk on Sing Ha. When I look at those cans right now, in any beer, if I look at any beer can, for me, beer means bloated. Because it'll bloat my head up. I start drinking that beer, I go back to having a basketball on my shoulders. You know, not a, what was that? Oval, elliptical. Anyhow, my head is like a normal head. I go back to drinking beer, I got a basketball. I don't want a basketball on my shoulders. I want a normal head. Okay? I like the fact that I got a jawline again. So they have 0 effect. They actually have the opposite effect. I just look at them like, man, damn, I don't want to go back to being fat. But probably for you, get all the booze out of the house. That way you're not tempted. The only time, I don't want to say I'm tempted, but like if I say I go run If I go run 5 kilometers in the heat right now and I come back in and open that up and I'm hot and sweaty and I see them beers, oh yeah, I could chug that thing down real quick. But I don't. Because the fact that I can go run like the wind is because I don't drink and I don't have all that extra weight on my body. You see how that works? I used to have a pretty good agreement with myself when I went to Muay Thai. As long as I went to Muay Thai, I came home, I could drink, 2 or 4 Heinekens? Was it a 2, 3, or 4? I kept 2 or 3 or 4 cold in the ref. As long as I went to Muay Thai, I came home, down my Heinekens. I was so just exhausted. You know, it's like you've been in a fight every day. You come home, you're so exhausted, you're so tired, like you've been in a fight. Sort of you have. I kill one of them Heinekens on the way up the stairs, make it to the shower. I'm drinking Heineken in the shower, and when I get out of the shower, I'm done. I'm out. Wasn't no time for party, wasn't no time to drink anymore. I was hurting so bad, that was it. So in that sense, drinking those 3, 4 Heinekens didn't put any extra weight on me because of my lifestyle and my routine. Does that make sense? So who knows? Maybe once I get back to Muay Thai, I'll make that same deal with myself. As long as I go work out, I come home, I drink 3 beers, but probably not. Okay, so will I ever go back to drinking? Shit, anything's possible, especially that. But if I do, it's going to be red wine because I've done the research, and folks, there's so much science to say red wine is good for you. I want to try to simplify it, which scientists won't tell you, but if you read their research, if you drink 1 glass of red wine a night, you'll live for another 2 years. If you drink 4 glasses, you'll live for 5 more years. I mean, red wine has some health benefits. There's science to back it up. So if I do go back to drinking any type of alcohol, it will be red wine at night when I barbecue, 2, 3 glasses, something like that. Not for the purpose of getting drunk, but just for the purpose of chilling, lowering my blood pressure. I love the taste. I love the barbecue, and it'll help me sleep better. And plus, all the scientists say I'm going to live longer and have lower blood pressure and less heart problems. That's what they say. I didn't make that up. There you go. So that's my talk. So if you're seeing this video by the first week of August, it means I'm still holding strong. And if something happened and I fell off the wagon or I'm back on the wagon, I forget what it is, fell off the wagon, whatever, I'll let you know that too. But again, this guy will only go back to drinking if this guy decides to and wants to. That's that. Will I consider myself a failure? No. Because I'm the captain of my own destiny, and that's what I decide to do. That's the way I look at it. Folks, I hope I invoked thought during this talk. Thanks for joining me. And maybe 6 months or whenever new ideas pop into my head, I'll share them with you. But if you want to quit drinking and it's affecting your life and your pocketbook and your health and you're going down this slippery slope, it's time to put the plug back in the jug. Who said that? I think it was McGuane said it on this documentary I was watching the other day. All those characters down in Key West with Jimmy Buffett, Jim Harrison, all that crew. If it's time to put the plug back in the jug, make a decision and quit. That's it. I'm out of here. Peace out.